Yeah, hello everyone. So today's session will be looking into Oracle EBS. For the beginners, for the Oracle EBS, how we are going to log in and how the screens and all will be there. So just we want to understand. So first of all, we have to log into Oracle EBS. So what we can give is we can give the generic user credentials and we can log into Oracle EBS. So this is the first home page screen of Oracle EBS. So here, what all things we can see is we can see in the left hand side we have the all the functions available. Okay, functions is nothing but the relevant forms, the functionalities. Okay, so here in Oracle EBS, how it is working is we have the there are two types of layouts are there. One is form based layouts and second one is HTML based layouts. So forms layout is it is a Oracle in technically it is Oracle forms which gets open, and HTML format is the OF pages which gets open. Okay, so all the screens will be in either in forms or it will be in OF. So we say HTML format or forms format. So here if you see left hand side we have all these functions available. Okay, and right inside we have this work list. So work list is nothing but this is a notification. For example, like in my module, so I am creating a purchase order. So once the purchase order is created, it goes to approval. So it goes to the person who is going to approve. So he will be getting the notifications. So there are two ways he will get the notification. One is through the email, and second one is when he logs in. So in this work list, all these notifications will be coming. So he can directly go open the purchase order details and he can go and approve or reject it. So this is a notification he'll be getting. So apart from that, on the top we can see the favorites. So favorites is nothing but suppose some screens are there which I'm going to use often. So what I can do is I can create favorites for that, so that no need to go into the specific forms again and again. From this screen, I can directly go to this relevant screen which I am looking for. And then we have preferences. So preferences nothing but the way like the date and time will be there, and also the title details will be there. And suppose if you want to change the password for this particular user, so this also you can do through this preferences. And here we have to see that suppose if you're doing any changes, after doing the changes you have to click on this apply, and the changes get saved. Okay, suppose if you don't want to save anything, if you're coming to the screen without changing, you want to go back, you need to just click on this cancel button. So what will happen is it will come back to the main page. Okay. Now, let's go to before coming to this, let me tell about the responsibilities. See, in the last classes, what we saw is we when I want to log into Oracle EBS, I need to have one user. So one user is getting created, and once the user is created, so that user he can be from accounts department. So accounts department means he should be having access only to certain screens only. So he should not be having access for all the modules. So the which all module, which all screens has to be accessible to him. So that is maintained by we call as responsibility. So responsibility is nothing but it will be a set of functions or set of forms will be there. So the thing is the responsibility and user gets mapped. Suppose the responsibility has four screens. Okay, and suppose this user has to be given access to all the four screens. So this user has to be mapped to the responsibility, so that all the functions and the forms which is getting access through that particular responsibility, he will be able to open it. Okay, so here what we say is we see these all of the functions. Okay, functions are nothing but responsibility, you can take it off. Okay, now we can just open any of the screen. See this all suppose if I'm opening for application developer, we can open any one. Okay, See, we have all these options are there. We just open one form. So as I told, so there are two ways the interface gets opened. One is form layout, other one is HTML layout. Okay. So if you see this one, right? Okay, let me open one form. Okay, before this, see, if you see here, all the tools are there, right? Suppose we have many responsibilities are there. Initially, we saw, right? We have a set of responsibilities were coming, right? Out of which I have went into the application developer. So application developer responsibility have come. Now, suppose if I want to switch to other responsibility, maybe purchasing responsibility, sales order responsibility, other responsibility I want to move. So I can go and do it. So we have option like switch. So this icon is there, switch responsibility. Okay. If I click on the switch responsibility, all this responses will be coming, and this is nothing but we have option like percentage. Percentage means all the things will be coming. What all things, what all responsibilities are active, everything will be coming. Okay, if I know the name, what I can do is, if I know the name but I don't know the complete name also, so what I can do is I can just enter. Okay, based upon this, it will search. Okay, now the thing is, if I go to any of the screen, this is just to show you like how the layouts will be there. Okay, I am going to this item type. Okay, so now this is the look and feel of this particular form. Okay, so this is a form based interface. And form based interface, when we use this form based interfaces, whenever we are doing some bulk transactions, like suppose I want to insert data for some 5,000 records, I want to make one entry, the bulk transaction, suppose whenever I am going to do, I go with this form based interface. So here if you see now this screen, the top, no, these are the toolbars. Okay, so what all things we have is inside file, we have all these options available, and then inside this edit, it is like clear. So these all things related to this particular row. See, now this whole thing is a row. Okay, code, meaning, description, this is one row. Okay, and this is one field. Okay, suppose if I want to clear the whole row, I had to go to edit, I had to go to clear record. So it will clear the whole record. The same time, suppose if I want to delete means I need to go with delete option. Okay, the whole row gets deleted. Similarly, like what other things we have is in view. Uh, See, usually these forms when we open, right, there are two modes in which it can be open. One is entered mode, one is query mode. Entered mode means there is no data in the. Suppose I want to make one new entry, at the time I have to go with that entered mode. So I will make the entries and go and save it. So data gets saved in the database. Second one is query mode. So query mode is suppose that record is already available. For example, this particular item type, this particular this one is already available. I want to go and query. So at the time, I had to go use the query mode. Okay. Now here, what other toolbars we have is we have the save option is there. Okay, and here we have like delete option is there, and here we have attachment is there. Suppose I want to add one attachment, I can use this one. And also we have a zoom form. So zoom form is nothing but it's a custom form. So this is the standard form, and in this standard form, suppose I want to add a few other features I want to add, or maybe some fields at all I want to customize the things at all. We have option to have a zoom form. So if you click on this one more form will open, and that's nothing but that is a custom form. So the technical people can based upon the user requirement, so they can design it. Here if you see, okay, so here in this Oracle forms, what we can see is, so this was the, see there are two blocks. So this is one block, this type, meaning, application, description, this is one block, and this is second block. Okay, and this we say a single block. Single block means when I query, I can find only one entry for item type. At the same time, this is a multi block. Multi block means multi lines means for one particular type, that is item type, I can have n number of entries. Okay, this is parent child relationship. So one particular, if I query for this item type, what I can, all this child data also will come. So there will be mapping between these two. Okay, so technically, if you understand, so this is a single block. Okay, single block means only one data entry will come, and this is multi-block. Okay, multi-block means for one record I can have multiple entries. Okay, and in between these two we have the parent child relationship. So if I query only for this one, I'll get all this 11 data we get. Okay, okay, coming to this keys, no, so we need to use this control F11. Okay, if you press this control F11, it gets cleared. Okay, suppose if I know some value, I can give this percentage. Okay, and I can give the name, then control F11. Okay, so all the data will come. So now this is in the query mode. Now tomorrow, suppose if I want to add one new entry, click here. Okay, click on this plus button. Once you click on this plus button, I should be able to make one. I should be able to make one new entry. Okay, and also what you have to remember is whenever it is a yellow color. So yellow color means nothing but it's a mandatory field. It's a mandatory field you have to enter. So you have to enter value here, and which all things is not in yellow color, no. So like white color, gray color, so that is not mandatory. So here these two things are mandatory, you need to enter. Okay, so you can make one entry. Okay, and you need to do the tab out. You need to press on tabs, other it will go to the second cell. Suppose if I want to give something, give tab out. Now this is white color. White color means this is not mandatory, so these two things are only mandatory. And suppose this color at all, suppose you want to change also, maybe we have option to personalize this page also. This page also can be personalized. Okay, after making the entry, you need to click on save button, so this will get saved. Okay, now I don't want this record. What I can do is I had to go to edit. I had to click on clear. I can click on save. Okay, so this is the form, like form interface. Okay, just close it. See what other things are there here is we have the functions, documents, processes. Okay, so functions nothing but all the relevant screens. So that will be coming under here. Okay, and out of this, suppose there are some frequent screens you are going to use. Okay, so what you can do is you can just drag and drop this screen to here. So with this template screen you are going to use often. Okay, so you can just drag and drop to top 10 list. So every time you no need to go and search where it is. You can directly open it from here. Okay. Second one is documents. Documents means some any documents are there. Suppose you want reference, you want to go and see it all. Here you can maintain that particular document also. Then we have processes. Process nothing but the what is the process, like it's a P2P cycle, procure to pay cycle. So what is the business flow? So that also you can have it here. It will be in the diagram. Okay, so these are the things we comes under this one. So now this all thing is form based. Okay, now if you want to come and see what is related to this HTML based. Okay, come to this. We'll go to some screen which is using the HTML based. Okay, so I'm changing the responsibility. I'm coming to this responsibility. Okay. Okay, so this is the look and feel of a HTML based one. Okay, HTML based one is nothing but this page will be like this, and also like in the background, if technically if you ask, it will be like OF pages will be used. Okay, here if you see this screen, no, so this HTML page. See what all things you can make out is this navigator. It is the same functionality how it works in forms, This one favorites also is the same. So here preferences also is the same. Okay, so we have one more button called personalized page. Suppose this particular screen, suppose I want to change some name here. Suppose here notifications is coming, right? So instead of notifications, I want some other name has to come here. So what all things, so that can be done through the personalized page. So in this page, anything I want to change the content, so I can do through this personalized page, and this part will be done by the technical person. Now suppose I want to see like what is this form name and what is HTML name. So we have one option like about this page. If you click on this, what will happen is it will show the details like what is the page name. Okay, all the details at all you can go and get it from here. Okay, suppose you want to come back, you can come to the main page, return to the page, iSupplier home page. Okay, again if you go and go to any screen, no, suppose if I am going into this one. Okay, so this will be the uh, this will be HTML page, how it's coming, see. Okay, so now the thing is here, see all these fields, no, so all these fields are there. Suppose if you want to make entry, all these things you can do here. Okay, and also suppose if I made one entry, click on OK, it will go to the next page. Okay, so these are the tabs which we have, like orders is there, shipments is there. Okay, if you come to orders, no, so what all this mark is there, no, so this is related to search option. Suppose in the operating, I don't know like what is the operating system name. Okay, so I can go and click on the search button. Okay, so now this is coming. So usually like if you click on this one, what will happen is all that list of values will be coming in the drop down. I had to go and select it from there. Okay, so this is the look and feel for this HTML page. Okay, so today what all we learned is we learned responsibility. So responsibility is nothing but set of functions or set of screens. So that will be and that will be mapped in that particular responsibility. So that responsibility be having set of screens or set of access will be there for certain screens, and one new user has to be given that access. Means instead of giving all one by one access, I can map that user to this particular responsibility. So that responsibility which all screens he is having the access, so that user also will be having the access for that one. Okay, so that is the thing. Second is like what all we saw is like there are two kinds of interfaces are there. One is form based interface is there, and HTML based interface is there. Form based interface, nothing but it is the Oracle forms which we use, and that mostly we use for bulk data processing. We use the form based interface. Second is HTML based. HTML based we use when the volume of data is less. Suppose if we want to run some report or kind of thing, and I want to go and search some data, all the things, right? So at the time I go with the HTML based one. And also one more thing what we saw is in the form based, we have different options are there. Like we have this single block is there, multi block is there, right? So the thing is we have a parent child relationship is there. Suppose one particular type is there. Okay, so the type can have multiple entries in the child record, right? So that mapping will be there. So in the screen what we can have is we can have this single block and multi-block. So for if I'm querying only for the single block, all the relevant entries for the child data also will come, and that we say as a parent-child relationship. Okay. Now and there also in the what other things we saw is like how to delete the record. Okay, how to clear the record, and there are two modes of opening the screen forms, right? So that is one is entered mode and one is query mode. Enter mode is nothing but suppose I want to save some new data. At the time the screen has to be in the enter mode, so that what are the entries I'm making, I can go and save it. And also like only the field which is in yellow color, that is mandatory. So the other fields which is in white color or gray color, that is non-mandatory fields. After making all the entries, I can go and save it. Tomorrow suppose if I want to go and query, okay, for existing data, it has to be in query mode, and I have to just give the name. If I don't know the name also, you can give the name, I can give the percentage, just query. So all the data will be picked from the database, and it will fetch and it will display in the screen. So we use the keyboard, the keys as Control F11 we use for that one. Okay. So that's all for today's class. Thanks for joining.